Hey, Jovan here with your free MLB Extendo clip play for Monday, August 18th, 2025. Now you know it's here at Pick Dawgz. We love giving our free picks. But if you want my best bets, the best that I'm putting in today, go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks for today. Now, let's do a little bit of house cleaning like we always do around here. And this Extendo clip got it done for a second consecutive night. The New York Mets, I know a lot of people didn't want to touch them. Hell, I didn't want to touch them, but it has to be done sometimes where you have to play a team that's ice cold, that's a dog, to get that money. This is the business that we're in, or the business that I'm in at least. And since you're here, you know, we're going to talk about it a little bit in depth after this cleanup. But, yeah, the Mets got it done. You know, got off to a running start, drew first blood, and they had a multiple-run lead at the end of 5. You know, in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I know I said in the video last night that it was in Queens. Freudian slip, I misspoke. I did address it in the comments, but it doesn't matter where it was at. It was whether it was played in Queens, whether it was played in Seattle. Hell, it could have been in Mars. The bottom line is the Mets were to play. So, you know, you want to nitpick at every little thing. I get it. It really doesn't bother me any, but we got the job done, and that runs our record to 13, 17, and 1. We are now at plus 384. Not bad for being below 500 when it comes to the actual picks, because like I always say, it's not about the wins and losses when it comes to this Extendo clip. It's about return on investment, ROI, getting this money. I'm not going to run down the percentage of ROI you're getting. Maybe in future shows, you know, we'll give a runner account on what the ROI is. But let's just say that we're well entrenched in the money. We're well entrenched in the green, and we're going to keep it going here at the Extendo clip. So one of the things I did want to discuss, and just real briefly, sports betting and gambling as a whole, you know, it's a rough business. You're going to take your lumps. You're going to take your losses. We just came off a 6-game slide where we couldn't get a sniff. I mean, most of the plays were spot on as far as the read, but it didn't come to fruition. It didn't execute. That's what sports betting is all about. It's going to happen. You're going to have your ebbs and flows. That's the bottom line. If you can't stomach taking L's or get overly emotional one way or the other, whether you're winning, riding high, or losing deep in the valley, then this might be the wrong venture that you want to endeavor in. So keep that in mind. You got to be even keeled no matter what in this business. You know, if you're putting money, your own money, into this, I get it. You're going to be emotional because, you know, you come into this with some hard-earned money, however you got your money. But keep in mind, you got to, pray on it, calm yourself down, do a woo-saw or something. I don't know. But it's easy for me because I've always been an even-keeled person. I never got too high, never got too low on anything in life. So basically what I'm saying is I'm not an emotional person. So with that being said, you just got to find your way. If you're serious about sports betting or gambling as a whole, you're going to want to keep it at a plateau, keep it at a even keel no matter what. Because this is a business and you got to be ice cold about this. So let's move on into the Extendo clip play of the day, and we are going to go to Fulton County. I believe it's still Fulton County. Let's say Atlanta, Georgia, where the Chicago White Sox are facing the Atlanta Braves. And this is a situation where we have two teams going in opposite directions. Let's just be clear about that. We got Spencer Strider going into this one, but before I even go into the pitchers, let's talk about how we got the Atlanta Braves 8-2 in their last 10 versus Chicago, who is 2-8 in their last 10. Two teams going in opposite directions. We got the job done with the Atlanta Braves on the premium side yesterday, 5-4. So, we've touched some money dealing with Atlanta as of late. Meanwhile, the White Sox, they're one of the teams that I like back and one of the underdogs that I like back, and really not full game, really first 5 innings. But I have backed them when they were hot in the first 5. We got Spencer Strider going. Spencer Strider is not looking well. He gave up 8 runs on 8 hits in 4 innings in his last outing. The outing before that, he gave up 5 and 4 1/3, and he's just not pitching well. And one of the things about Spencer Strider is that he's a strikeout guy, and he's not getting those strikeouts on a consistent basis. So that's something to look out for. I understand that the White Sox, they can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag right now, especially against righties. But the way it looks, Spencer Strider is going to give them a chance to get some hits and drive some runs across the plate. On the other side, we have Gomez on the mound. Don't want to mispronounce his name. Yildiz Gomez. And he made, I believe, his first start about 5 or 6 days ago. And look, it was a strong start. 5 innings, 1 run. I want to say 8. No, not 8 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts. So he was missing some bats. Let's just say that. And because there's not a complete book on this guy, I mean, there might be a complete book on this guy down in AAA where he came from. But MLB batters aren't used to this kid. And look, I'm just going to back the underdog in this one. Even though we know who's the harder team in this game and who's the ice cold team, we're going to rock with the ice cold team in this one. But what we're going to do is we're not going to take them full game. We're going to chop this game in half. See, baseball is one of those games where first 5 versus full game, they're 2 completely different games based on the bullpen and managerial decisions. So with that being said, we're going to chop this one in half. We are going to take the Chicago White Sox -0.5 at +200. Nice odds if you could get it, if we get it done. I believe that the White Sox will have a lead at the end of 5, and really we're just playing the number on this one. The odds are the odds. We're going plus money hunting, and I think we get it done with this one and make it our 3rd straight win. So let's reiterate this one real quick. That'll be the Chicago White Sox -0.5, first 5 innings at +200 odds. Book a cash or do what you got to do with it, but go to the website pickdawgz.com where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks. Now smash that like button. Let's get this money and hit the book where it hurts.